Hi everyone, if you're thinking of exploring Harriman State Park in New York, what I want to do in this video is show you an interactive map and basically give you a tour of it so you have more things to do, know where to do them, know what kinds of hikes are available, and have less chances of getting lost basically, because Harriman State Park is one of these places where until you actually get there, there's a lot of conflicting information that you can get from different sources, from All Trails, from Google Maps, from locals, from people that you hear about it, and that might actually get you lost. In fact, for me, when I started exploring this particular area, I got lost several times because I didn't really know where to go. So proper planning, knowing what you're going to do ahead of time is very, very important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by showing you the actual map of Harriman State Park, and I will leave it underneath this video that you're watching right now, and basically explain a few things. This map I highly recommend you download and to your phone, or maybe take a screenshot of it, because if you're going to do one of the many different hikes in Harriman State Park, what you need to know is that there's a lot of different options, and at the same time there's a lot of different colored trails that aren't actually loop trails. So for example, if we take the red trail, there's one that goes in this direction, there's one that goes in this direction, there's another red trail over here, a bunch of different red trails that are available, and just as well there's a lot of different yellow trails available. And what a lot of people make the mistake of thinking is that just because it's a one color trail that it goes in an automatic loop. Don't make that mistake. You want to have one of these maps in place just so you know where to go and what to do, because sometimes if you want to do a loop trail, you're going to want to do a couple of different trails that intersect with one another. So for example, there's a couple of popular trails that people like to do. This one right here is the Dater Mountain Loop Trail that starts over here. There's a parking area. You can do this counterclockwise where you start on the orange trail, work your way around the blue trail, and come back to the same parking lot. This is a popular trail. It's about 2.3 miles long. The next popular trail over here is the Reeves Brook Loop Trail, which starts off at the parking lot over here, and it's on the southern side of the park. You can do the red trail to the orange trail to the blue trail to the white trail, making a loop trail, or you can do it counterclockwise. There's another popular one. Then you also have the Kakiat Trail, which actually happens to be one of the most misunderstood about trails. For example, if I go over here and I look at the Google Maps version of Harriman State Park, it'll show you some areas where it says Kakiat Trail. It's actually not showing it over here for me for some reason, but sometimes it'll show it and sometimes it won't. But basically the Kakiat Trail is an area over here where you start at Kakiat Park, and the white trail over here, actually, this entire white trail that I'm pointing to with my mouse right now, this is the Kakiat Trail. But there's different ways to do it. You can start off over here at Kakiat Park, start with the blue trail, get onto the white trail, which is the Kakiat Trail, and then work your way back around the orange trail, making a loop. It's about 2 to 3 miles long. That's one way to do it. Then you can do the full Kakiat Trail, where you start over here and you just basically follow the white trail all the way to the other end of the park, which is right over here. I've done this before. It's not the most interesting, but it is a very popular trail, and you should know that there's different options of doing it. Now, just as well, there's other options available, maybe at the top over here. You can park your car, you can go around over here, or you can park your car and you can go around this kind of area. There's many different loop trails that are available, and before you do one of these loop trails, just plan ahead, because it's very easy to get lost in Harriman State Park. The trail markers are very often confusing, very far apart from each other, so be careful because it's easy to get lost. I've gotten lost in Harriman State Park a bunch of times. One of the custom trails that I personally did was let me show you one of the trails that I did over here. So I started over here in this area by, let me show you what the name of it is. It is called Lake Scananani, or whatever it's called. And over here I started at the red trail, and then see it peters off into another red trail, but I actually stuck to the left. I went over here, I kept taking that red trail, then it mixed with the blue trail, which is actually the Long Path Trail, which is a different popular trail that's available, but I kept going over here. I went through this beautiful area called Lemon Squeeze, which is actually this area over here. I highly recommend you check that out if you get a chance. But then I worked my way around over here, the white trail, then the yellow trail, crossed the Boston Mine, and worked my way back around to this trail here and back to the parking lot. So basically this long 12, 13 mile loop. So this was a custom trail that I created just so I could play around with the different trail options. I did get lost a bunch of times, so be careful. Another thing you should know about the Harriman State Park area is that there are abandoned mines, and there's actually a bunch of them, maybe like 7 or 8 across the park, but there's only 3 that I highly recommend that you check out. The first one is the Bradley Mine, which is an awesome, gigantic mine, which you have to, it's actually actually located on Google Maps, and if you check it out over here, Harriman State Park, Bradley Mine, you'll see it over here. It is awesome. It is very, very cool to check out. Then you also have places like the Pine Meadow Mine, which let me just show you what the picture of this looks like. This is actually the Bradley Mine. This is the Pine Meadow Mine. And then you also have places like the Boston Mine, which is over here. So I do recommend these 3 mines that you check out. And in terms of their locations, if you go on the map over here, the Bradley Mine is somewhere around this particular area, somewhere around here. The Boston Mine is over here, and the Pine Meadow Mine is over here. So if you were looking for instructions on how to get them, you're going to have to take one of these trails and see where the actual mine name is. Some of them are not listed on the map, but the Pine Meadow Mine and the Boston Mine are, so you'd want to like maybe find a parking over here and then work your way around one of these trails to reach it. The Bradley Mine is over here, but it's not listed for whatever reason on the official map. But basically that kind of encapsulates what I wanted to cover. Harriman State Park is huge. It's a gigantic park. They also have the Appalachian Trail, which is this white trail. It's not the same as the Kakiat Trail, just so you understand. The Kakiat Trail is over here, but the Appalachian Trail is over here, and it goes through Sterling Forest State Park, which is a completely different park that's neighboring to Harriman State Park, but it also has a lot of stuff to check out, but it also crosses through and it continues all the way over here. There's a lot of different options and stuff that you can see. And one last thing I do want to mention is that Harriman State Park has some pretty cool scenic drives, and if you go over here and you check out the official map of Harriman State Park, let me just show you what this looks like just so you can see. So Harriman State Park has a bunch of different scenic drives, and the main one that people take is the Seven Lakes Drive, which starts from the southern end to the north, or from the northern end to the south, and you can cross these. You'll be crossing 7 different lakes. There's parking lots all around, but there are also roads that intersect sideways, as you can see over here, and I highly recommend checking them out, because I actually happen to think that the sideways roads that go from east to west in Harriman State Park are much more scenic than the Seven Lakes Scenic Drive. Additionally, you also have camping available. There's also, through hikes available. People that do the Appalachian Trail or the Long Path hike go through Harriman State Park, and there's spots available where they can go. There's old ski lift areas that are out there. You can check out the lakes themselves, go kayaking there. Reservations are necessary for certain camping spots, but other than that, that pretty much encapsulates most of the stuff that you can do at Harriman State Park. Please plan ahead so you don't get lost if you're going to go hiking there. Have a map, know how to navigate, do some easy trails if you're not very experienced, but plan ahead before you do these things, because Harriman State Park is a giant place. It's easy to get lost, and there's a lot of, like I said before, conflicting info about what it is to do there. So I hope that this particular video has helped you. I will include resources underneath it if you're watching this on YouTube, to the official map that you can download, to one of my posts that I have regarding Harriman State Park and other things that you can do there. And any other questions that you have about this particular park and what you can check out, you're more than welcome to ask me. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy your time in this particular park. Take care.